Hi everybody, just talking The Witcher 3. Welcome to Star Citizen Live Gamedev, making ship up 4. I'm your host, HErBiZiDA, and we're back. I feel like we've only been off for like 2 weeks, but it feels like it's been a while. Hi, welcome back. If you've never seen Star Citizen Live before, it's where we take about an hour out of the end of our week. We invite some developers over, tell them they have to stop doing whatever it was that they were doing, because, I mean, it's probably not important. Come over here and goof off with me for about an hour. And that's what we're doing this week. Sometimes we do a Q&A, sometimes we do an interview, and sometimes on our Game Dev specials, we sit and watch somebody work for an hour. And that's what we're doing this week. So joining me on the show this week, meet me at camera 2. We've got Alberto Petronio and the sole member of the entire ship team, Dan McCabe.
Hello.
How you doing, guys?
I'm well, thank you.
Because every show is somebody's first show, let's take a few moments to introduce ourselves. Hi, I'm Jared. I just did an introduction, so I won't do it again. Alberto, tell everybody who you are and what you do.
I'm Alberto, and I'm the lead vehicle concept artist.
And what does a lead vehicle concept artist do?
He leads the vehicle concept art team. We do the spaceships and some weapon.
Spaceships and weapons.
We do the first part. Basically, we take the ideas, see where they can go, see where they can fit in the gameplay, stuff like this. And then we give what we do to them, and they do the rest.
And Dan tells you I can't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
No, Mark.
Now, that's Mark, generally.
Yeah, Mark can't do it. Mark's the one who says we can't.
Oh, we didn't get even 2 minutes into the show before the Mark Gibson bashing.
We love Mark.
Sorry, Mark.
Kind of.
And Dan, tell everybody who you are and what you do.
So I'm Dan, I'm a senior vehicle artist. So after Alberto and his team have finished doing the concept, it gets passed over to the production art team, which I'm part of, and then depending on the size of the ship, like 1, 2, 3, or even more people could be working on it to get it into your hands.
But sometimes when you're the only person to do the interview, it seems like it's just you.
Yeah, I get credit for all of it, but Alex does most of the work, to be honest.
Alex, rest in peace.
Rip Alex.
Alex is alive. It's very
alive.
It just, for that episode, for some reason, the way we were talking about it, it sounded like he passed away, and it was just really unfortunate.
Yeah.
We still carry the trauma of that today. Alex, wherever you are, we love you. That was awkward. Alberto.
Yeah.
We are going to showcase the concept portion of ship development. We are going to make something live, attempt to make something in an hour. Oh, now I want to preface this that no ship can be concepted fully in an hour.
Le acabo de saltar si es aquí donde van a hacer el recuerdo de la Constellation.
But we're going to do a short, abbreviated kit bash version of the process and, see a little bit about how they work and discuss their process and how that all goes. What are we going to make today?
Exactly. Today we're going to make a motorbike that can accommodate both a human and a less human creature, and possibly on a sidecar.
Possibly a sidecar.
Maybe.
Right.
Okay.
This is going to be like a hyperbike, or is it kind of like a
van a hacer una moto que sea un concepto tanto de humano como de criatura no humana y que posiblemente tenga un sidecar. Interesante.
What we have on the polls show a bit of the early stages of the concepts and start to take stuff from that one and then go straight into a new one. This is generally the workflow that takes places in the first days of validation of a concept before it actually got confirmed and got brought over by a lot of iterations with our director, with everyone.
And maybe we might see some older concepts that fell to the wayside while we go this. All right. So with that, we're going to switch to the screen share and jump into what was a software, Blender?
Yes, this is Blender, and we absolutely will ignore what you're seeing right now. This is the main software I use during my workday, along with Photoshop, but 3D in concept vehicle is generally the most important and most... I spend 95–7% of my time here.
What are we looking at now?
You're looking at a cutie pie. You're looking at my dog, which is a guest of every aspect of my life, and I miss very, very much.
Zoom in there. Let's see. Who is this?
This is Bran.
This is Bran?
Yes, and he's a 7-year-old good boy.
Show them this, show them this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and you made a little 3D print? Yeah.
It's very cute.
He wouldn't come over without it.
It's like his emotional support animal.
Yeah.
Like he can't go on flights without it.
All right, you ready to work?
Yes.
Okay. Let's cut the camera, see the full screen, see the glory. Talk us through it.
So I have pieces of the poles that we can try to reuse, see like reusing materials. We have 3 options that I really liked from the early poles production. There was a Snoop Fighter one, completely covered.
Vale, ¿qué es lo que van a hacer aquí?
A different kind of much bigger motorbike-like poles. You can see how we can test the animation work, how if there are compenetrations, if everything makes sense. We went in a different direction for the poles, so something smaller. And there was another one more inspired to something that can actually fly rather than hover. And yeah, we can take some pieces from here and there and see where we can go from here.
So just to be clear, these were 3 potential concepts that you worked on for the Pulse that were not chosen.
Son,
Yeah, exactly.
vale,
And we
3
went for
conceptos
more.
potenciales para la Pulse que no fueron escogidos.
You can definitely see some
Eso es lo que estamos viendo y vamos a ver dónde podemos ir tirando a partir de aquí, ¿no?
to the left there.
Trying to push interconnected with Mirai. There was a lot of reference through to the Fury as well, and I'm very satisfied with the final result.
Made in Germany says, can the dog sit on the bike? Well, if we remember at the end, we'll see. No, don't do it now. Save it for the end.
No,
It's a carrot at the end to keep them watching the whole show.
we will actively.
Ese fresco con esa pole, buenas de Guay, buenas por viaje, buenas Locus, buenas Gato, buenas Moriarty, buenas Shusho.
Saddle. Now, do you always start with the cockpit, the saddle, the operator position?
It really depends.
¿Qué es lo que le pasa?
By the brief, considering how,
¿Se escucha muy alto o se escucha mal?
like if I'm doing a capital ship, our approach will be completely different. But considering how a motorbike works and how much of a human appears on a motorbike, which is a good 30%, the first things I will make sure I have in the right position are the steering wheel, what's it called on a bike? So
¿Y ahora qué?
the handlebars, as my
¿Ahora sí?
accent can tell you. I'm not British, and English is not.
¿Ahora sí está bien el sonido? Ah, amigo.
I'll make sure that I have them in the right position. Have the character fully rigged so I can move it.
Buenas, Ohana.
Generally, I also reference other animations from the game, so sometimes we can recycle things.
Now, that's a consideration. Like, you can cut down, if you can reuse an existing animation for the enter and exit, that cuts down development time.
Yes,
Development
exactly.
cost tremendously.
And it's all a matter of balance. Can we afford it? Is an important something particularly important that we have to do?
El sonido es claro, pero estaba muy alto Shusho el sonido, ¿o cómo es el tema?
It's metrics
Yes.
and stuff. It's a relative development term. We use the terms cost to mean performance and not, money or whatnot.
No, eventually time.
Time.
I think one thing as well is when you have like these, like this library of mocapped
Luego lo
entry
miraré.
exit anims we've got for different styles of vehicles. If you have something that's a little bit more unique in its stance, like take for example like the Fury, like we had to make it so the seat would come out and lower down because it didn't really make sense for the player to like kind of scramble up and spin around in there. So it ended up adding some more interest into the entry exit anim,
Right.
like because of that limitation, which is kind of welcome really.
Well, they say necessity is the mother of invention. When you can't do everything you want.
Bueno, si lo que vamos a hacer aquí es ver esto, ¿no? Que vamos a hacer simplemente pues una moto y ya está. Podemos estar de chill tranquilamente.
I say that with all love to the prequels. It's just sometimes.
Tenemos ahora el tema de... os haré un ratito. Voy a tener que probar lo que es el tema de... O sea, voy a tener que hacer unos tests con los chavales de Ammo, ¿vale? Con el equipo de Ammo Sports. Así que supongo que después del live solamente tenga que cortar un momento para hacer esto. No tengo ningún tipo de constipado o alergia, Hanna, que yo sepa. No. O sea, lo dicho, tendré que hacer eso, tendré que parar un momentito, luego me pondré a seguir emitiendo. Y además, mañana pues a las 7 de la tarde, creo que es 7 de la tarde, dará comienzo el torneo y todo el tema y tal. Bueno, hay que estar pendientes a ver cómo trabaja el asunto y a ver qué podemos hacer, ¿no?
like something will go into the engine. If we want to, I don't know, do like a paint over, we'll go into Photoshop. Here they've got grease pencil to do their paint overs, they've got a sculpting tab, they've got material, geometry nodes. They've got a lot of tools inside of the same software kit that allow them to get the visual goal of an object over to us really, really fast. And it's been something Blender has improved on a lot over the last couple of years, and it just keeps doing it.
Do you have multiple versions of Blender on the taskbar?
Yes, different options. Sometimes some tool is not updated to the last add-on, so it's good to refer. Especially there is an update every 3 months, a major one. So not everything, not every creator keeps it updated.
Yeah, and as Dan said, you know, Alberto uses Blender, but Dan does not. We're fairly tool agnostic here. We have a wonderful tools team led by Martin Senior and a whole host of folks who work with them, who build all sorts of integrations. Even our partners, well, I guess now they're part of the family. You know, CIG Montreal.
Yeah.
You know, even then there's a tools team there too, and they build things like Mighty Bridge and stuff that just help one program talk to another program. You know, let you import from one place and export to another place. So it's one of the ways that we can operate at scale. It's you slow down if you force everybody to use the same program. So there are certainly benefits of it, but it limits who you can hire. It limits, you know, how fast they work. Some people, like Alberto, can be this fast in Blender, but he might not be this fast in 3D Max. Definitely not this fast.
Absolutely.
You know?
You have like the different departments as well, like depending on your specialism, like certain software lends itself more to the other. So just for example, like Alberto mentioned that he does concept for weapon and vehicles.
Yeah.
The weapons team uses Maya, the vehicle team uses Max.
Gotcha.
You know, there's one example of the pipeline across those 3 departments that are all quite closely linked, all completely different software packages.
And then everybody touches like Substance Designer or something.
Yeah, Substance is like a big pillar, and so is Photoshop. But the Adobe suite in general is kind of owns the texturing platform.
I heard Photoshop recently updated the terms of service. They're now my new dad.
Yeah, it went down well. Landed better than a Boeing.
I'll get used to it.
Yeah, I didn't actually see what that was about. I just saw the memes and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just leave the internet for a day and I'll come back and check.
It's like, Photoshop is now your new dad. Your old dad has to move out.
Yeah.
Because you have to call Photoshop dad or sir at all times and maintain eye contact.
You can see him every other Saturday.
Alas, the less I say about generative AI here, the less likely I'll get in trouble. Yeah, we should concept a Gravlev that doesn't blow up randomly. Can we do that? Is that within our ability?
That doesn't blow up.
Estaba revisando.
Oh.
Buenas, Jairo. Estaba revisando el tema de que dice que vamos a tener. ¿Cómo se llama? Parche. Parche de PTU a lo largo del día y tal. Estaba mirando a ver si había. Dios, este Star Citizen Live me recuerda un poco al. La gente de España lo sabrá, ¿no? El mítico documental de la televisión de Después de comer, tío. O sea, me está recordando a eso, ¿sabes? O sea, literalmente, no digo que esté mal el show, digo que simplemente es como la música, tal, lo que están haciendo, el sonido del teclado, es como que es ese ambiente de echarse una siesta que te cagas, tío. A ver, un momentillo. ¿Dónde tendría que estar el tema de...?
I asked John if I was allowed to say, and I am allowed to say it, but for those of you moaning about the turrets on the Polaris...
They're not moaning, they have legitimate concerns.
Yeah, I agree with them.
Jeez.
And so did the directors. So
okay, back to my camera.
We're...
The views and opinions of Dan McCabe, once again, do not reflect those of Cloud Imperium Games, Robert Springs Industries, or me. Blame him.
Buena micro.
You're getting bigger guns. specifically on the bottom turret. That's all I'm allowed to say.
Beer guns on which bottom turret?
On the Polaris, on
yeah.
underneath the cockpit, there's like a big bottom turret.
Yeah.
Well, it's not big at the moment, but the guns will become big. I can't say how big, so don't ask. But they will
Vale,
be
ya ha
like
dicho que la torreta, mira, acaba de decir,
Chris Danks is in chat, but they were moaning.
acaba de decir que las armas de abajo, de la torreta de abajo de la
Okay,
Polaris
letters to
crecerán.
Chris Danks, 6, Manchester Goods Yard.
Thank you, Danks, for standing up for me.
Nada, no, están ahí haciendo pues una moto. Están haciendo un concepto de una moto que posiblemente con
I'm
un
already
sidecar.
really digging this dude. It's got like it's almost got like a sci-fi Easy Rider feel, or like the little low rider motorcycles with the extended front wheel. I don't know if those have a name. When the motorcycle has the obviously further extended front wheel than might otherwise be normal, does that have a specific name? Swoop? Yeah, in Star Wars they were the swoop bikes.
I know if it has like larger rear wheels than
Chopper. Thank you, Viticus. That's the word I was looking for. That's the word I was missing for. Wow, I have been off for 2 weeks.
If it has like a bigger front wheel or rear wheel, I forget which way around it is. It's called a mullet as well.
Really?
We want wings.
Yes. Gib wings.
Little wings.
That looks cool.
Check if Ben agrees.
Hey Ben, are you watching? Should we do wings?
I think Ben would want wings. I wouldn't be surprised if he just walked in, to be honest.
Oh, he usually messages me on Teams. Let me see. I was realizing that I don't know his Twitch handle. So, oh, there he is. Ben Curtis sent a message. Let me know if you need me to come and yeet Dan out of there for you. Look, I'm not joking. That's what he said.
Well, you know, I don't blame him.
Ben Parr, however, says yes, do wings. But Ben's a producer, so
I really wasn't.
we can just leave him on
Not that.
read.
Ben, come on.
El chaval que está a la izquierda es el que hizo el chaval que está a la izquierda sentado es el que hizo el tema de la Fury. La verdad que hizo un gran trabajo.
Asylum without producers.
I'm trying to think what we can do to make this thing look ridiculous. Like give it a spoiler or something. You know, something that's just so not motorbike.
Bad Robot says, Jared, does the UI UX team use Figma in their work? I don't know if they still do. I know I know there was a big exploration of it. We have the UI UX team. There's several teams now. You know, I know we've been showcasing Zane and Simon and Dr. Emily and Bone lately, but there's actually a whole nother group in Montreal who work. And I know I saw something months ago where they were looking. It was either looking to see if it can fit in the workflow or somebody was already using it. Like I said, people use different tools. I don't know if it's actively being used today though. Ben says if it's GATAC, it needs 3 or 4 wings and they need to move.
Thank you. That I should have just shut up. Okay.
You're just giving me PTSD.
Oh, goody.
I mean, last time I did a ship with 6. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Why are we
No.
Bueno, básicamente no estoy traduciendo nada porque
They don't know about
no estoy traduciendo nada porque están haciendo comentarios totalmente, o sea, me refiero traducir una conversación así es como no están dando nada de información, simplemente están teniendo una conversación entre ellos, ¿no? Si hay algo que es destacar, pues lo comentaremos y fuera, ¿vale?
Oh, it wasn't Emma's idea. He's just.
Oh, probably.
It probably was. Yeah.
Seems like an Emma thing to do. And the viewers are like, what the hell are they talking about?
Yeah.
It's an internal CIG thing. Learn about it later. Sorry. I want the Star Wars bike from the Stormtroopers in Empire Strikes Back. The Stormtroopers have bikes in Empire Strikes Back? The speeder bikes were in Return of the Jedi. I don't remember any bikes.
We'll watch it back and there'll be like a pedal bike.
There was the one
Pose
from the
and go.
toys. There was the little like bouncing one that was in the toys that was from Hoth. I don't think that was actually in the movie. I think it was just in the toy line.
No, I have no idea.
Don't be like that, Ben Parr. We are doing wings,
Yeah, and they have to move.
and they have to move. That's what Ben
Is that what you're doing now?
Curtis said.
I don't know.
Bueno,
What
lanzastro.
are you doing? Are they guns? Like, oh no.
No, they will be wings eventually.
Should make them like flap. You know what I mean?
No.
No. Oh.
What do you mean?
Like make them like a bird.
Yes. You want them to animate like this?
yeah.
That's a stretch. But
LOL.
I'm
Está diciendo de que se animen como las alas de un
Hopefully
pájaro y
Charles
tal.
Brown.
You know what? Let's commit to that idea,
Oh no, now it looks like very June now. This doesn't it?
which is fine. It's fine.
What's it called?
Oh, I looked away and looked back and it looked like you gave him a really long cape at first.
Making like the.
Do you want him with a cape?
Well, I want all characters with a cape. I'm still fighting that fight with Ian. Need more capes.
Like he's playing a piano, speed at which he's like typing on this keyboard now. I hope the mic can't pick it up.
El pavo es rápido, por ahora no.
Expat Brack? Oh my gosh. I have been off for 2 weeks. Says Dragonfly Mark II. The Dragonfly was our first kind of, the Dragonfly was our first hover bike, but its original influence from the great Paul Jones. Paul, who's enjoying life in Canada now. He went to work for Ubisoft, I think. He originally designed it based on his chopper. So yeah, similar influence. The very first hover bike was based on a chopper, and then all the hover bikes since then have been more modern, kind of.
The less utilitarian, a bit more sleek, like the X1 and things.
Yeah, like little rocket
Qué locura,
stuff, like this. But yeah, the brief.
Lo poco que se tarda ahora en hacer un recurso así, tío, qué vasto, tío. Cómo ha avanzado todo.
Not with a Draco,
Buenas, Luis.
with a Gattack or Alien.
Siempre impresiona ver esto, tío, de cómo hacen esto en 0, o sea, cómo pueden hacer esto en 0, y luego importarlo al juego, además, con el Mighty Bridge.
It looks great.
I was quite impressed with how Blender had a brush to just make ripples like that.
He's an Agaib. Careful, we're getting into ornithopter territory now.
No sabía que era gratuito, Shushu.
Single pilot ornithopter.
It's
Ni
pretty
siquiera,
cool.
o sea,
Yeah.
ni siquiera tienes que pagar cuando lo usas. O sea, en plan de si tú sacas lucro de...
I especially appreciate how long that cape is, because.
It's very held
No,
out.
do not fix it. Do not fix it.
You want me to make it worse?
This is SCL. We don't make good things here.
Okay.
You're ridiculous. Like, that was actually a conversation I had once, when we were doing one of these a couple years ago. Somebody asked me, well, what happens if they make something that we actually want to make? And I'm like, this is SCL. I promise that won't happen.
I think it's about to.
We only make bad stuff.
Silly things.
This is pretty cool, though.
Do you remember like when Corey made that bowl of noodles with a knife?
Sorry.
Remember that?
Yes.
It was like a Halloween special, I think.
Okay.
So is that a gun on the front, or?
O sea, pero aquí no hay nada de...
It's a bit small at the moment, isn't it?
No.
digamos, de extensiones de pago o algo de pago.
Go too close to the...
I don't think, I know, I'm not feeling, I feel like the gun.
Give it 3 guns in like a triangle formation.
I feel like,
Yeah, now we're gaming.
I feel like maybe instead of the gun, like maybe it could be an intake or something that more approximates the wheel shape that would be at the front of a traditional.
It is not easy with the wheel.
Okay, but no, you want to make a wheel, it would be a box, like make it
Yeah.
like,
O sea, que
make
sí
it
que hay
like a
un
special
o sea, hay
kind
un
of intake or
mercado,
something.
hay
That's what we did with the poles, because we did the engine so that with that particular shape, so they could reconnect culturally with a wheel,
Yeah.
despite not being a wheel.
Yeah, I don't know.
What can we do here?
Maybe it's just not as long a gun or something.
Let's isolate this one for a bit.
Let me see if Ben Curtis is saying. Oh, Ben Curtis is saying something.
Oh no.
Maybe lose the pulse front forks. No. I like the front forks.
Sorry, Ben.
I'm overriding Ben on that one.
I lost the SCL and kit bash, so I have to use the the pulse kit bash.
He says bring more arrowhead into it.
Arrowhead.
What's that mean, Ben Curtis? What's bring more arrowhead into it? We're all scratching our heads here.
One thing that
Look how confused we all look right now, Ben. Look at this. Look at Tom.
I mean, he's gonna make so much good
confused we
stuff
look.
from here.
What does arrowhead mean?
One thing when Alberto's doing this, like it gives most production artists like excitement and fear at the same time. Like one small decision they make here,
Can
change
ruin
the
your
silhouette.
next 6
Yeah,
months.
it will be just a pain to like actually get into game. But there's one thing we always want to make sure we do right, but it can give you a massive headache. It's just like, why can it just be simpler? No.
I mean, with the ceiling, I gave you a couple of headaches.
So Swordfish Pilot says, how is the workflow with LODs? Does the artist, does the artist build a high poly model and then move to palms and substance?
That's for him.
How does the LOD work?
Well, where does the LODs come in? They're at the very end, really, aren't they?
Yeah, LODs are like just before we we put it into game really. So we have like our white box, grey box, LOD 0, and final art is the stage where LODing would happen.
And so how do you make the LODs?
So LODs typically would start with, I'm assuming if you're asking about LODs, you've looked at our production art workflow a little bit. If not, there's some resources because it's a little bit unique, but we basically start by removing our chamfers or like our bevels, which are like our small edges, which give the nice little polished effect to our edges. And our like small poms, so like our pom lines and our like main decals that like are quite subtle. And then that kind of gets you to LOD 1, and then the rest is kind of a more traditional LODing pipeline.
Well, we used to do, back in olden days, we used to do that by hand. I'd go past, like Pat Salerno and stuff, and he'd be in there, creating the LODs for things. But we have a new LOD tool, don't we? That automates a bunch of that.
Yeah, but I'm not sure like how much I'm allowed to talk about that, to be honest.
I just brought it up, so you're allowed to talk about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we have like a tool that's like developed by the Montreal guys, which tries to use Houdini to automate a lot of the process. It played an absolutely pivotal role in getting the Polaris flyby for Fleet Week. So amazing work from the Montreal.
Dice que el tema del flyby de la Polaris, que gracias a un pavo de Montreal haciendo con Houdini que hace un trabajo increíble y que hizo posible la calidad o lo que se veía ahí, ¿no? De cosas del flyby de la Polaris.
They go directly into the hands.
El cual yo no pude ver en directo porque estaba bugueada todo esto.
And building tools, like we mentioned Martin Sr. and his tool team. We mentioned the tool team at Turbulent. Things like Mighty Bridge, help our development time tremendously. Things like that new LOD tool, speed that stuff up. And it's why I think the biggest the biggest question anybody ever has for Star Citizen and stuff is when. But the second question is, how are you going to do everything that you want to do? And that's because this stuff progresses exponentially. Isn't quite the right word. It's I don't know what I suppose it is still right. You just don't know what the number.
I guess there's a level to like the quality bar is always improving, because as technology gets better, it affords you more.
Yeah, the point I'm trying to make is we made more in 2016 than we did in 2015.
Yeah.
We made more in 2017 than we did in 2016. I think folks are already seeing with 323 2024 is already a banner year for Star Citizen. And then when you see 4.0 next and what comes after that, that you'll learn about eventually, but not from me. 2024 is going to go down as one of the major years in Star Citizen development. And that's because of that exponential growth. All the tools, all the process, all the all the stuff that you learn to do this better.
Yeah, for sure.
After year and year. So.
Yeah, it was something I noticed when I was on. I helped fix some issues on the Retaliator modules and stuff, and it was really interesting to see the contrast between like a really old ship and like trying to bring it up to spec with some of the new processes, and like things like the minimap. When you How do you...
Están hablando
Like,
de la Retaliator y cómo han traído las especificaciones de actores, pero yo siento como que la Retaliator no está donde debe. A mí me da la sensación de... Yo creo que se han equivocado con la Retaliator. Yo creo que se han equivocado en el sentido de los módulos y tal. Porque en orden para que pudiera llevar más carga y tal, yo le hubiera puesto carga externa como tiene... O sea, carga como tiene la Raft. Quizás lo hubiera hecho así o... No sé. O sea, no sé, es un poco extraño. Porque es como que se siente como que no tienen las dimensiones, el espacio y tal. Están diciendo como que el contraste entre una nave antigua y una nave... Te das cuenta de que es una nave antigua cuando entras en la Retaliator a pesar del trabajo del interior, ¿no?
What was his question?
Oh no, he's not questioning. He's just talking about bikes on the autobahn and stuff like that. But
Oh, I see.
the poor Twitch auto mod is like, apparently it doesn't like the word naked. Sorry, Chaos Gabriel.
So, okay, we have a base.
That's kind of majestic.
Yeah, this is...
Now, the important part.
Oh yeah, how the hell are you gonna get us?
I was thinking,
So you still got half an hour.
or in the front,
Oh, yeah,
or in the side, or in the rear.
No, he needs to be in the front. He
Has to be the front.
like a little
basket.
like a little R2.
I get the vibe. Yes, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
So let's cut this part away.
Yeah, the cape cannot be compromised.
I mean, I would have put the cape on Bran.
Oh, I see. No, you need to put him in the front.
Okay.
There he is. Yo, there he is, bro. Is that not the sickest thing?
So for those who wonder, yes, I have a 3D model of my dog. No, I didn't 3D scan it
LOL.
because it
Qué
cannot
locura,
understand to not move. Are you calling my boss?
No.
Who are you?
And yes, I rigged it.
No, I'm not. I'm just
I
holding
thought
my
you were
phone.
calling someone.
No. Callum sent me a message says don't forget the spot for Brand, but I didn't have to remind you. Callum, he's got it. You really think Alberto?
You really think I'm going to forget about Bran?
Separate his feet a bit. Yeah.
I can let him look like he's driving too.
What if he is the one driving? And
Tiene una
you're the
GPU
passenger?
de 10 GB de RAM, SPC, se tiene que ser una RTX 3080.
Second, sorry.
Yeah, the little handlebars.
And yes, for folks wondering,
Puede
this is
ser
not
un...
a sneak peek
Puede
of-
ser
of
una
pets or
GPU
anything like that. This
virtual.
is Alberto's personal.
Pueden tener un pedazo de
That we
tocho
allow
de
him
troncho
to
de
do on the
Nvidia
show.
y tener ahí enchufado y
Who really
virtualizar
does?
PC. ¿sabes?
I've never met Brand, but he seems nice.
He's a good boy.
Give him sunglasses or
Yo como
goggles.
alternativa.
Oh
puede ser
yes,
eso
I
también.
also have the reference saved for this.
He's so ahead of everyone else.
I like Dags.
I saw that originally, in as soon as we started, someone went, "Do you like dogs?" And at the beginning, I was like,
I like Dags.
"Dogs? Yeah, I like dogs."
Oh, who's calling? Oh, I butt dialed Callum. Sorry, Callum. I normally don't get to have my phone in my hand during the show. I saw my very first. What do they call them? Travelers?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Had my first run-in with them
Oh right.
a couple weeks ago. Oh, safety first.
Of course. I will never put his life.
Oh my god, I love it. It wants a watermelon texture, doesn't it?
Is this going to be an actual vehicle we can get? That's up to you and how many times you message John Crew on Twitter at _ John Crew. If you message John Crew every day for 3 months, but you can't break. If you miss a day, it doesn't count. If you message John Crew every single day on
Qué
Twitter
cabrón.
for 3 months straight,
Está diciendo
They
que
gave it a
si
good
le
go with
mandamos un
that
mensaje a
space
John
trolley.
Crew
Remember the
en
space
Twitter
trolley?
durante cada día durante 3 meses que sacarán esta moto para toda la gente. Y yo, madre mía, tío. Pobre John Crew. Qué
but you
cabrón
don't
el
have a
viejo
Twitter.
Lambo.
Well, I mean, a good thing it's free to. Actually, it might not be free to sign up anymore. Who knows what?
Who knows? I am. immensely proud.
E, big Bingo Winchester. There's an E at the end. John Crew.
Give it like a next, like a strap.
CREWE.
And do like a little visor for him.
But basically, we decide what ships to put in production by how angry John Crew is when he comes by my desk. So that's secretly how all ship decisions are made.
There's a rage. Okay. And
And then you have to give him a little visor as well.
the goggles, yeah.
Space Mom Callie says, I just got here. What am I seeing? You're seeing game development in action.
That's right.
John knows what my price is. He just has to make my Starliner. Once he makes my Starliner,
You'll leave him alone.
all of this stops.
All of this goes away. I noticed you have.
You can stop this at any time, John Crew. Hold on, let me talk right to John Crew. You can stop this anytime you want, John Crew. You just make the Starliner, put that thing out, or the Jalopy, either one. You make the Starliner, or you make the Jalopy. You put
Puedes
those
hacer la
things out, and this
Jalopy
can all
o
stop.
puedes hacer las llenas de Starliner.
it's on
Si
you.
sacas las llenas de Starliner, te dejaré en paz. Está en tus manos, yo
I
creo.
noticed you have like. Is that a star?
Sácame la Starliner y no habrá problema.
Over there.
Oh yeah, that was a gift from a backer.
That's really cool.
Okay.
Yo.
Oh, it's good enough.
Yo.
That's brilliant.
Astropub says, what about the PTV 9000 SUX? That was the Grey Cat 6000 SUX. And I actually went back to it last year, Astropub. So I've made a flying Grey Cat.
Yeah, yeah, you showed me.
That actually works with the pipe system and all that stuff like this. But I was basically like, I wonder how much have I learned by recording all these interviews and all this stuff that I've done. And it turns out I was able to reverse engineer the pipe system from the game thinks it's an Arrow, but I've got a Grey Cat PTV that
Is it
flies.
like you can't? It only works on a very old build.
It only worked well. Once they started the resource network stuff, it broke all the stuff that I knew how to do. So I got to spend more time with Torsten.
What
to figure
color
out
you
how to
want
do
the
that.
cape?
Ooh, I think maybe we can do some variants.
Yeah, sure.
But yes, I do have about a year ago. I went back and tried to make the Grey Cat 6000 SUX, and I made it fly. It looks way better than it used to do. The wheels animate down when it lands. The wheels come down, and then when it takes off, the wheels rotate up and become thrusters. I was pretty proud of it.
Yeah, it looks sick, like some DeLorean Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Set of
That would be the worst Hitman threat in the world. You don't want to mess with me.
What color do you want the wheels?
I have rudimentary skills. It'll hurt more because I don't know what I'm doing.
What does chat want? What colour does chat want?
What colors? What colors, chat?
I just realised they're going to say every colour, aren't they? They're not going to have a consensus.
Alright.
Yeah,
Purple.
they've said
Ooh,
every
purple. I mean, probably can't do that iridescent in Blender.
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's really the hallmark of the alien ships. Is that cool
Yeah, you're right. Actually, the
purple pearlescent.
the viewing angle tint
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay. Let's make an experiment.
No Helldivers black. I'm tired of black spaceships. I'm tired of black spaceships, gray spaceships, black spaceships,
Yeah, we need some
gray.
colour in there.
And we do iridescence. It's fine.
How does it work? Do you like choose your like gradient ranges and
Yes.
just do it off the camera?
And it will do based on the angle. So like now.
Oh yeah, I see. It's because blue. Yeah.
But you can do also some fancier ones.
Oh yeah, that's cool, isn't it?
In it. And
Look at that, you delivered. That's what they wanted.
I want to.
This is another
want to
example of why
push.
Blender is a very good tool for concept, because in Max that would have been a pain in the ass to do. But
Everything Max would be a pain.
yeah, it is. Some Max genius is going to correct me now and go, well, actually, you can press these 20 buttons.
Actually.
Well, actually, it's fine as it is.
We just don't have the viewport power. I feel like it needs, but does it have like a back hover plate thing? You know what I mean, like for the rear? Like in between the exhausts, is there like some kind of like, yeah, there's like quite a void there. Should we
Yeah.
put something for it to like balance with?
I would put it back. That's right.
Put what back? Yeah.
The cape you just
Cape.
removed.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Oh yeah, look at all this.
Yeah, there is all the stuff. We can have a gun that shoots backwards.
Hmm.
Elfwin says, question, would it be possible to make a segment about this scheduling, playing scheduling? We actually did an episode, gosh, years ago. It's still on our YouTube. If you go to the, I believe the Friday show was called Happy Hour when we did it. So if you look on our YouTube channel, but we actually did a whole hour with Eric Hiron Davis and I can't remember who else, where we went through how producers make schedules and plan for development work, and it's the same process for just about everything. So I mean, you're asking specifically for ships, but it's the same information. It's changed a little bit. You know, there's agile and there's waterfall and stuff like that, but for the most part, I think it's still fairly accurate. It's a decent primer if you were curious. That's up on the YouTube channel. I got in a lot of trouble for doing a show with producers and how to make a schedule.
Better.
I think there were only like 17 citizens that enjoyed it. They're like, why are you doing a show with producers? And I'm like, because they're essential to the development of any video game. And
Producers,
yeah.
when you're in a meeting, producers are the comedians that keep it all together. Like they know how to run the meeting in a way that keeps everyone like. There's nothing more boring than looking at like schedules and stuff like that for like artists. So they do a really good job of making it fun for us.
Sorry, I took a decision here of.
Yeah, I think
Hostia, no,
that's
pero están haciendo una
Yeah.
paranoia loquísima.
Bran is now the sole
Sin ningún
pilot.
sentido. O sea.
So it went a bit far from what we started from. But
Buena
I think it's
Fantasy,
bien.
una opinión negativa que
I
se
don't want it to
contra
look
el
like
juego y
it's
mejorar los
choking.
servicios código de
Yeah, it needs to be under his arm. You have to be under the arm.
selecciones voy a intentar la heurística de los
You have
archivos
to
logados,
lower
no
the
lo
hands
veces
so
de
the
manera.
hands are- there you
Déjate
go.
estar quieto. ¿Cuándo te ha pasado esto? Necesitamos el signos.
I grew up in the era of Benji movies and stuff. There's no rule that says a dog can't fly a hoverbike.
I didn't see that rule either, so yeah, I'd say we go for it.
I think we will live in a better world.
There's no rule that says a dog can't pilot a hoverbike. Now, do we want to consider? Now, we gotta watch out from overproducing this. But do we want to consider like a gun rack or someplace, like any kind of storage?
At the moment, I think we can use the same escamotage we found on the
Vale.
poles. That is the seat
Pues,
like a real motorbike. So click. and
O sea, pero no te
flips.
deja entrar al menú o si te deja.
That would make sense. But no, I will still consider something that shoots
No te dejan entrar al menú.
backwards.
Put like a missile rack.
Or a chafe? Or, yeah.
Exactly. Some counter.
It's a bike with countermeasures.
Okay, yeah, I can do top measures.
Can we do like I don't?
Just going to make a
Will we have enough time to make an animation of the wings like folding out?
Yeah, 15 minutes.
Okay.
It won't take him long.
Can we get the German Shepherd's name?
Vale. ¿Has cambiado las naves que
Oh,
tienes?
let's go let Alberto
O
say.
sea, ¿has
it.
tocado algo?
Yeah,
¿Sigues teniendo
it's
paquete de
a
juego?
mixed breed. Bran.
Pregunta obvia, pero por si acaso.
Bran.
Bran.
Bran is tiny. He's not like a big German Shepherd.
Yeah,
He's
it's
like-
literally scale 1 to 1.
Yeah.
It's a
I mean,
10 kilos dog.
My last dog was a German Shepherd Rottweiler mix. The thing, he weighed 200 pounds. He weighed, I don't know what that's.
a dog has no business.
Yeah, I don't know what
It's a
that's.
bear
I
at that
don't know what
point.
that's in kilograms, but yeah, he was a big,
Sí,
big
pero-
dog who did not understand why he
Ok, ok.
couldn't sit in your lap.
Pero, o sea, tienes paquete de juego, me refiero, compruébalo, ¿sabes?
200 is about 90 kilograms,
Comprueba que en el paquete que tienes esta sección tienes el paquete de juego.
Yeah, that's pretty hardcore.
and he was
Por si
as
acaso.
dumb
Para ir
as the day
descartando
is
cosas.
long.
I bet he was terrifying for like people who
Oh.
never met him before.
He was the sweetest dog. I miss that dog. Except when he tried to sit on me. That was less fun.
Here we go. I think he's going to animate them.
So you want animations?
I really do. Look, hide your
Ben
your thing at
Curtis
the bottom.
did say the wings had to move.
I need to change. Sorry?
I said Ben Curtis did say the wings had to move. Oh, he also said a full rainbow, please.
Oh, for the material.
Sorry, Ben, I wasn't watching my chat. I got you.
Is it a full ring?
Well, it is from one point to another.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, you're getting
I really
juicy
like
gradient.
that.
Yo. That looks really cool.
And I like that. Oh, there you go. There you go. So, yeah, depending on what angle you look at
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
so it's iridescent. And on the front you have the...
It's
you have the
very,
red.
what is it?
Yeah.
Asperia.
It's intense.
Oh, and your, so is
It's
your,
a little hot doggy.
so is that like bottom color choosing your main, like straight on angle color, and then the rest of it was choosing the camera, like offset color?
I tell you the first, the
Yes,
last,
I see.
and
then,
I tell
I
him
see.
to go around
Espera,
it
espera, antes de poner un
from
ticket
the
para soporte,
farthest
espera.
possible
Yes.
path or the nearest possible path.
No, hombre, no, así
I'm so glad
desespero
you're
un
here
poco,
and
tío.
we cannot talk in public.
Espérate, primero que compruebe todo, joder.
Animations.
This is gonna look mint.
Primero que compruebe todo,
This is pretty
espérate y...
So this is the arrival.
Que
So
no,
I
no,
guess we
no,
could
o sea,
do 50.
no hay que volverse loco, ¿vale? Ese error, si
Chats
normalmente se
reminding
suele
you that you
resolver
haven't
en
started the
que no
game.
toques nada, que te
Oh,
traslades
yeah,
los
yeah,
servicios
Sorry.
durante media hora y luego
Oh,
vuelves
wait.
atrás.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
That's on Reddit.
All right,
Please don't cut it.
let's check on the guy.
Do the thing.
What shape is he in? You okay? You okay, guy?
It's fine.
You okay?
Not too much. He asked me to do it. By the way.
not. You're making it worse, Alberto.
The wings.
The wings.
Ya está.
Where were we?
I don't even know.
It's still not as bad as Spider Crotch. If I survive Spider Crotch, I can survive anything.
I'll have to ask you after this what.
Wait, there's a generation that doesn't know Spider Crotch? I'm sorry I brought it up then.
Yo, that looks very Raylan, that doesn't it? Oh, what if it lands on these things?
Yeah. That's
Oh, the wings become skids?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's pretty cool.
Oh.
okay. Let's save this and let's see.
Have you saved?
No.
Save, for the love of God.
Chat wants to know where the dog's cape is.
Oh, could we do the cape, but it's like in his
Just
face,
in
so he
his
can't see anything?
Well, it's not driving, so it's fine.
He's not
Yeah, yeah.
I knew this was distracting, but it's important.
The dog is priority. I will always support this.
What colour should Brand's cape be? I think it should be different.
Was thinking what's Brown's favorite color, but he will probably answer gray.
Because he's colourblind.
Or so I thought.
No, you have to have it like tilted up into the face, yeah, so you can't see anything.
We take our job very seriously, guys.
That's so good.
Making games is supposed to be fun.
It is.
Like, if playing games is supposed to be fun, then making games are supposed to be fun. There's a lot of, I mean, I don't need to relitigate a lot of the press around the gaming industry from the last year and a half, but you know, there aren't enough times where making games is fun. So whenever we can make it fun, I'm a big proponent of doing it. This is maybe a little too much time on the cape, though.
No, he's done it now. That's perfect.
I strike my last comment from the record.
I reckon there's a good chance the community can convince John to let us do this.
Remember, message x.com/_John Crewe, JOHNCREWE, every day for 90 days. If you miss a day, it doesn't count.
I saw someone say they wanted like a gold cape. Can we do it like PBR correct gold, so it's like metallic gold?
Sure.
Venga, que 9 minutillos, chicos.
So here are some of your compatriots that are watching on this screen.
That's absolutely.
Who are they?
lovely.
Let's see.
Lath says we need a better lead.
I can
But you
agree
can
with-
always leave, like.
Okay. So Lath is talking crap. Hold on.
What's he saying?
Can we take a moment and go to the game? Lath, I see you. I see you talking crap in the chat here about Alberto and Dan here. I think Alberto and Dan have something to tell you.
Lath, it was me.
Do you want to tell him what was
No,
you?
he knows.
It was Alberto.
He's screaming right now.
It was Alberto.
Yeah, he is screaming right now.
Okay.
Look at how gold that is.
They want the gold.
It's beautiful.
Estoy haciendo disclosando que la creación de videojuegos que debe ser
How's the
divertida.
animation looking?
Que si son divertidos al jugar, también deberían ser divertidos al crearse.
Okay, nice. So is that like the landed animation, and then this is the flying animation, the one we've been modeling?
Yeah. So when it lands, you can climb into the back.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Oh, but you
yeah.
need to clear the back though. To do those
Can you rotate that down?
Vale,
Yeah,
vale.
probably.
You got
Dale, haz lo que te digo, Fantasy. Desbloquéate durante media hora y a ver. O sea, no estés ni en la web, ni en el cliente, nada.
It's enough for Alberto, the fastest
Dale media hora.
blender in the.
And then the west.
I was trying to figure out what
Yo que sé,
what direction.
Vete a hacer lo que sea, tío.
Manchester's generally referred to as the
Date una
north.
vuelta.
Northwest,
Northwest.
yeah. Yeah, northwest.
Claro, pero dale media hora de verdad.
Unless you're Scottish and
O
then
sea, no
west.
mires nada.
Fair.
Yeah, that's free.
Yeah, that's cool.
O sea, que tenga con tu cuenta no toques nada.
Because it's alien, it has like the hover technology. So the parts don't.
Yes.
We have some mechanics, obviously, but
Concept magic.
You know, the
Yo que
mechanics.
sé,
can be
vete a ver
some
una peli, tío.
backups and stuff. You don't
Algo.
have to have.
O mira más bien
Yeah, the
stream.
general rule when you're using like the
Suscríbete.
Xi'an like space magic, because we don't really like to have space magic in the game, is that if it has power, it should be connected to something physically.
You can't call it space magic. It has a name. I don't remember what it is, but Astropub probably does.
I don't know what it is.
Astropub, what's the Xi'an space magic called?
Yeah, the rule is you can't, if it's connected to the ship, it has to have, sorry, if it's got power, it should be connected to the ship. So like, for example, the Sulan's wings can't just be floating like Rayman. You know, it needed like a mechanism to hold it then.
Well, Gravlev's what causes it to fly, but other ships have Gravlev. I'm talking about the thing that lets like the steps go down like Flight of the Navigator and stuff. That lets the parts be disconnected from one another. That's not called Gravlev. Gravlev is what allows it to fly.
We just call, well, I know we just refer to it as Xi'an tech, but I don't know if it has like a
Efectivamente,
We
narrative.
referred to
fantasy.
it as space magic just like 2 minutes ago.
No, I said we don't have space magic. We make a point of if it's floaty, it can't have power associated. So like steps going into the Sulan is okay, but wings.
Wonder if Mark Gibson's watching. Mark, do you know what it's called? Can you message me? I can't remember.
Mark will be clocked off like ages ago now.
Yeah.
Done for the week.
Mark. Alberto's arch
Fed up
nemesis.
of us messaging him all day.
Mark.
This is amazing. Look at that.
Le coincide que le acabo la canción justo cuando acabo. Voy a entenderlo.
Okay, so from this angle, the red. The only thing I'm not super sold on is the red's a little too hot doggy for me.
Hot doggy.
It looks,
What if it
looks
was-
like hot dog and
oh, no,
mustard.
don't.
I feel like we want some purple to blue.
Yeah, I do like purple. Or like,
We should still keep the full rainbow, but I mean, like the
Yeah.
resting color should be like a purple to blue.
So put it on the side.
I think that's good because it means it doesn't match the red cape either, so it helps with that.
Do we want to keep the red cape?
Yeah, I think so.
Or should we have both on gold?
No, Brand's gold.
Brand is gold.
He's a golden boy.
That's cool.
Can we give it some dramatic lighting, do you think? Because
Yeah.
it's quite uniform.
Let's do some lighting and then give it a full spin around, so that people can make the gifts, and then we'll call it a show. There was a moment earlier this week where I was like, "Hey, Alberto, if you can't like get it done in an hour, we could always just come back next week. I've got to fill a show every Friday." He was like, "Maybe, but I think I can do it in an hour."
Oh, yeah, you can do it.
Now I look cocky. You say this kind of stuff.
It's not being cocky. It's called being good. You're
I really
good.
look like the most arrogant guy ever.
No,
Every
you-
time I do
no.
an ISC,
His concepts are just so good.
my concepts are just so.
You're good. Dan,
I'm all right. Alex is good, but
I made
to
him
me
who
look
he
good.
is.
He did.
Inside joke. We're not explaining this.
so they call it grab plate, is what the tech is called.
No, pero me anda con el tío dijo que te trate muy bueno, ahora sí, sobrado.
Thank you,
en plan,
chat.
O sea, sobrado no. Pero para que se entienda, ¿no? Que van. Lo está diciendo, ahora parezco un flipado aquí, dice el tipo, ¿no? Dice, no, que realmente que los compañeros que no, lo que pasa es que eres
Yes,
bueno
and
haciendo
for
el
those of
trabajo y
you
sí,
who
el pavo
watched.
es bueno. O sea, evidentemente.
Stars in live for last
Salta
8 or
a la
9
vista
years.
que
I
el
did
pavo
say
sabe lo que
something
hace.
nice and positive about a coworker. I've been off, and I'm off my game. I apologize. I won't do it again. I'm disappointed you didn't make my meat ship, Alberto.
That's Hama.
Oh,
I know it's Hama. I didn't have to say it. It's Hama.
That's Amma?
No doubts. Hama, I will not do meat ships.
2 minutillos, 3 minutillos.
Here we go.
Lo dicho, chavales, ahora cuando acabe, a ver qué os cuento, si me dice algo del evocante y lo que sea o tal, que no creo, pero bueno. Tendré que cortar un momento, tengo que resolver unas cositas ahí con el chaval de Ammo, ya dije, y luego sí le damos ahí toda la tarde ahí
Now I see some.
durísimo, ¿vale? Y ya estaría.
The dog is a better pilot than most of the player base, let's be real. At least better than Captain Bergs.
Vamos, hombre.
But especially, my dog is a cutie pie, and everyone has to know. I think it's fine.
Yes, Alberto's dog brand is a cutie pie, and that is supported by Robert Space Industries, Clutter Print Games, and its subsidiaries.
Okay, I think we're good.
Look at that.
¿Cómo se lo pasa el
Yeah,
de Jolato?
yeah,
¿Cómo se lo pasa?
Yeah. There we go. All right.
Alright,
With 1
alright,
minute to
alright.
spare.
Vamos,
Someone's
coño.
slowing down.
Yep. Yeah, oh yeah. Give him the turntable. Blender. Be better about real-time shadows. As if that's what the program's for. It's not.
Don't play the animation. Play the
Next month.
Really?
Yeah, they released EV 2.0. And that has better volumetrics and better shadows. When you go static, it's still horrible.
Just Let's give Alberto a little clap. Come on. That's been Star Citizen Live Game Dev making ship up number 4. This was Alberto Petronio. Jeez.
Okay.
Alberto Petronio on the keys, doing the work. That's been Dan McCabe doing all the talking and taking all the credit. And I've been Jared. I'm your host, who at the end of every week goes back to the other building and asks if I still have a job. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week with another Star Citizen Live. I don't know what it is yet. And if you're waiting for Inside Star Citizen, that returns on July 20th. We're in the process of filming a bunch of shows for that now. Can't wait to show you as we approach a pretty important milestone for Inside Star Citizen coming up. Did I say July 20th? I meant June 20th. What month is this?
June.
June. I meant June, not July.
Feels like December.
Nobody ever looked at Jared Huckabee and said, that guy knows what month it is. So thanks for watching. Take care. And we'll see you next week, everybody. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Ahí está, chavales. Nos vemos la siguiente semana con otros Star Citizen Live que no saben de qué lo van a hacer. Y ya estaría. 07. Chicos, voy a cortar y nos vemos en un ratete, ¿vale? Voy a cortar que tengo que hacer eso. Y cuanto pueda entro, chavales. Ahí nos vemos ahora.